All right, guys. So this is basically part two, preparing your true USB sticks. So over on the side, find all these different tabs over here. This is your devices. I've got my USB. This USB is empty, guys. This USB is completely empty. Um, so yeah, you're just gonna get started. My settings, everything. So you've got your general tab, categories, sort by how they sorted out, your columns, which ones you want them to show, your colors, and settings. We'll go over these as well. So let's start over with the general. So background color. If you're using a new player, you put the color in, you put the USB in. They have different color lighting, which shows which USB, which player. Basically, if you link the two players, will show which one actually the USB is plugged into, because it does get confusing at times. So this really helps a lot. So you'll have a background color. I love pink. That's my favorite color. So you have that. Then you have your waveform, which is this. You basically do see this while you're playing. And yeah, I prefer to keep it on RGB. It looks dope. Your waveform current position, left or center. Center literally will be in the middle of the screen. All right. And the left would be all the way to the left. That's towards your own comfort. Whatever you're comfortable with, that's good for you guys. All right. And then going on here, prefer to keep these normal. Display formats, image on jog, display. This is where you can put your own DJ logo. This was fucking cool. You import your image, you put it there, you put your own logo there. So while the player's spinning, just put your own image there. That looks classy as hell. Your time scale, your waveform division, keep it on time scale. It's gonna be similar to this. Don't try nothing fancy as of yet. Check. And then you come over here. This is your categories. You understand? So as soon as you plug in your USB, you're gonna select playlist. Uh, it's gonna always be the first one. If you sort out like this, it's gonna always be the first one there. So it's gonna show you via your playlist, which is what you would have sorted in your record box via BPM. Don't advise you to use this option that much if you're a beginner. Folder is what you'd usually find if you are exporting directly from your PC to your USB. Everything will be into folder structure. So I always just put it up just in case. Because there's times where you get an exclusive song and then you might want to put it into your USB directly. You don't have record box access. It'll go into your folder. So always keep it up there. And then yeah, BPMs, tracks, albums. I always love to put albums up there as well. I always put albums there because I play multiple genres. So with hip hop, the BPM ranges are much more different than house music, piano, and stuff like that. So I will have my albums up as well. So like if Gabba drops an album, Dappy drops an album, whoever drops an album, I can easily just go to that album if I forget, which you should not, by the way. You should always remember the stuff. And then the inactive tabs, as you can see, so these other ones, the year, the file name, date added. I try to steer away from these because like the artist, Jaivan has got 1,000. It's got like a lot of songs. And then you have with most people, they'll have their music, doesn't have artist name. Look at here, for example, the music I got. There's no artist name, there's no album name, there's no genre. So I have to manually put it in, of course. But if I don't have it, I'm not putting that information there. It's pointless for me to put this information there, especially here in my categories. And then to sort, Yeah, how do you sort your music? By outfits, track name, by artist, by album, all of that. Try keep track name alphabet at the top. That's what you're gonna be doing by default. That's what everybody has by default. By artist, you're not playing artist to artist tracks most of the time. You're not. Keep it like that. You maybe put BPM by the. Maybe you can put BPM number two, but that's as far as I stretch it. Your columns. So this is what's gonna show on the player. I repeat, BPM is king. That's what you're gonna primarily see. All right. You're primarily gonna see your BPM. Show it on your screen. Once your music is Rekordbox edited in a way, the best thing about that is it will always show your BPM immediately. As soon as you put the song in, you've exported it using Rekordbox, it will always show your BPM accurately towards what you see here. It's what you see on the play. If it's 113.07, some players do not show the decimal points, but the ones that do, they will show you exactly the decimal point at all times. So it's very accurate to have that. And then your color comments, yeah, skip that one. So then here comes one of the most important ones, your player, your player settings. So on your my settings, you've got your play mode, which is your autoplay. It's off. What that means, your play mode. As soon as you load the track, is it gonna start playing immediately or not? Have it off. It's the best way. Unless you switch it on manually, that's for mostly if like your CD players are like very faulty, the play button, the Q button is faulty. You don't want to just switch it back to on. But rather we do that manually. Rather do that manually instead of automatically. Hotkey auto load, it's on. The eject lock. Sorry, I'm going too far. Eject, load lock, lock. If I want to eject the USB, can I safely eject it or not? But always press stop to eject. Don't just pull. It's a safety feature, but don't just yank. Needle lock, that's more for vinyl. Quantize beat value, it's quantized at one beat. One, two, three, four. So I have to quantize that one beat. Yeah. Hotkey auto load, yes. I prefer my hotkeys to always load automatically. So yes, sorry about that. So I want my hotkeys to auto load at all times. And then my hotkey colors, mm, uh, that I can get away with because my hotkeys and my memory keys are always going to be the same. So I know what one, two, three, four is. You can have it on, you can have it off. I prefer to have it off because it really helps me. Uh, I do not memorize by, so it really helps me a shitload. Auto cue level on my memory cues. That's why I do my hotkeys and my memory cues together. So if when my hotkeys load and my memory cues load as well, no matter which one loads first or automatically, it's the same thing, same settings. Then my time code will remain. That's fine. Keep it on remain. Auto cue on. So it'll always auto cue on my cue points. As soon as I load, it will load straight on the cue point instead of loading it at the very, very beginning of the track. Because some tracks do not start at uh the 0 points. The beginning of the track maybe it starts at 0.7 seconds. There's a bit of a delay. I prefer to start at my cue point. All right. Jog mode, final CDJ. Switch between the two. I have it on vinyl. Yes. because I can just press a button on the mixer on the player, switch to CDJ mode. If I'm playing house music, I prefer to use CDJ. If I'm playing hip hop, I will switch between CDJ and vinyl. Even on house, I'll switch between CDJ and vinyl, depending on what I want to do. In my tempo range, I always use plus 10, guys. I will repeat this. My tempo mode was always on plus 10. I'll try to do, I don't like to do the showing how tempo range works in terms of the math of it. That one I prefer to do um, in one-on-one sessions because it's a whole thing. You gotta tell us to show the math and everything. But I'll try and maybe do a video one day. But not, this is not about Rekordbox though. It's not gonna be in the Rekordbox series. The master tempo off, yeah, does really mess up sometimes when it's on automatically because once the tempo of one player, the master's on, and then you put on another one, the master's on. It's gonna just keep switching on and off. First, to do it manually. Just keep it off, keep it like the same, and just play. Especially if this is for beginner levels, guys. Quantize, quantize on, obviously. You know, sync BPM. I keep it off. I keep my BPM sync off because it will really show you flames, guys, if it's always on, especially at the beginner level where you don't know how to properly use BPM sync. Because if your music is not properly quantized, it's not properly the data behind your music is not proper, it's not accurate. The sync will kill you. Because the track can be 112, but it reads as 114 or 113. And you say sync, it's throwing everything off. Trust me. Phase meter type 1, it's just the different types. Waveform, phase meter, you know, keep it on waveform because that's what everybody's generally used to seeing and it's easier to read. Okay, vinyl speed adjusts on touch. Beat jump beat value 16 beats. 16 beats would be half of what is it? To all the it's 2 bars. But I keep it at 16 beats because I can always go up and go down. Keep it at 16 for myself. That's better. The next is the LCD, the display. The display will always be English, unless you're from another country. Choose the language that you're used to. If you know French, whatever, do you, buddy. LCD brightness 3. If it's too bright and the venue's dark, it's just too much. I'll keep it at a 3. Jog LCD brightness at a 3. Same thing. If it's too bright, it's distracting. I know it looks cool, but no, you're too far too close for the coolness not to affect you. Dark display mode, auto. If you've got cool stuff to display, do it. And then slip flashing, the indicator. So if your track is finishing, it'll start to boom, 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 boom. It'll flash and show you that your track is almost done. That's cool. On a display, on, not quite sure what that is. Never use that. Jog ring brightness. So that's the later players from around the CDJ 2000 growing up. In some of your HDJs, they have this on the jog wheel. They have um, LCD lights. The jog ring, it's that, those lights. The brightness, the indicators. On, off. Brightness, keep it. Don't make it too bright, guys. It's distracting. It's too much. Pad button brightness. So that's the what you call hotkey memory pads. Brightness, medium. Too bright, too distracting. Trust me. I tried, I failed. Same for your mixer. The mixer settings. Guys, a lot of people don't use your mixer settings because you're not plugging into your mixer. However, me myself, I don't even use mixer settings. But yeah, I don't. I won't even lie to you guys. I don't use mixing settings. I hardly do. But yeah, that's everything you'll need to do to prepare the USB from this side. You get it. That's everything you're gonna need from this side of the board to prepare your USBs, guys. Oh, and your device name. Name your devices, guys. Hmm, here we go. Guys, name your USBs. Makes life easier. Because if you have multiple USBs, you know which one's which, especially if they look the same, and all that stuff. Yeah, that's it for the USB part. Then, of course, to eject, mm, boom, ejected USB. But always, guys, your USB settings are very important. Extremely, extremely, extremely important. Always have them set up nicely so that you never fail. You feel me? And then from here, um, for parts, the next part, I will try. The next part would be to actually export. The next part will be exporting our playlist to the USBs, obviously. And then, yeah, that'll cover much of the beginner side, what you need to do. And most of the time, I don't want to lie, guys, I use just the beginner stuff to prepare my USBs. I do not go extra. It's don't fight no point of it because how many experienced DJs literally killing the decks um pre-record box? So post record box, a lot of DJs do not need a lot of not need to utilize each and every single thing. It's confusing as hell. You can utilize them, yeah, cool. It's fine and all. But if you take and dot it down towards most of the stuff, you don't really have to use it. The lighting and all that stuff, that's for the paid version. If you're using paid version of Rekordbox, we're talking differently now. Because when you're using lighting, that means now you're actually controlling your own lighting and stuff like that. And that's a different whole game. I cannot. Yeah, we are not. I'm not serving that market for the purposes of this videos. But yeah, once I'm done with this series, I'll show how everything works on an actual player. But I'll be using the XDJ to showcase what goes on, and then how does record box correlate with each other. So actually, yeah, that'll be the next one. The next video, I will show the correlation between Pioneer record box and virtual DJ. See how they both work hand in hand.